Sometimes, meeting someone special can inspire you and lead you to achieve more than you thought possible. This is what happened to David when he met the special woman, Abigail. Have you ever wondered how chance encounters can shape destinies? What happens when courage meets wisdom in a pivotal moment? The story of David and Abigail unfolds as a compelling narrative of one such encounter. How did Abigail's quick thinking and humility alter the course of David's intentions? And how did it influence David's future leadership? Join us as we explore how a single, transformative interaction can inspire profound changes and set the stage for greater achievements. Abigail was intelligent and beautiful in appearance. Married to Nabal, whose name means fool. In ancient Israel, people's names often described their character. We are not sure if Nabal's name was given to him or if he earned it, but his actions unmistakably matched its meaning. This man was harsh and evil in his dealings. Nabal is depicted as a wealthy man who owned large flocks of sheep and goats. His riches made him a significant figure in his community, residing in Maon near Carmel. However, his character is primarily defined by his foolishness, as his name, Nabal, suggests in Hebrew. Nabal was tremendously rich, but his wealth was only measured by the things he owned. What is meant by riches according to you? Please let us know in the comments section. Riches are not just about what you own or achieve, they also include what you learn, the actions you take, and the values you embrace. Most importantly, they are about the kind of person you are and the principles you uphold. These aspects define true wealth and character. Unlike her husband Nabal, who lacked these qualities, Abigail was both stunningly beautiful and remarkably wise, earning high praise in the Bible for her exceptional qualities. She lived in the region of Carmel during a tumultuous time when David, anointed but not yet king, was on the run from King Saul. David and his men had protected Nabal's shepherds in the wilderness, expecting hospitality in return. However, Nabal responded rudely and refused to provide any assistance, dismissing David as insignificant. The exchange is vividly captured in 1 Samuel 25 verses 10 to 11. When David's men arrived, they gave Nabal this message in David's name. Then they waited. Nabal answered David's servants, "Who is this David? Who is this son of Jesse?" Many servants are breaking away from their masters these days. This response reveals Nabal's selfishness, ingratitude, and lack of hospitality, which were highly valued virtues in ancient Israelite culture. Nabal's actions contrast sharply with Abigail's character. While she is described as intelligent, beautiful, and quick-thinking, Nabal is portrayed as stubborn, short-sighted, and insensitive to the consequences of his behavior. His refusal to acknowledge David's assistance and his disrespectful treatment of David's messengers highlight his arrogance and lack of concern for others' well-being. How could a man like Nabal have ever gotten with a woman like this? Upon hearing about Nabal's disrespectful and provocative response, Abigail, known for her beauty and wisdom, immediately understood the seriousness of the situation. Without hesitation, Abigail took matters into her own hands. She gathered a substantial amount of provisions, 200 loaves of bread, wine, sheep, roasted grain, raisins, and fig cakes, and set out to meet David. This act not only demonstrated her resourcefulness but also her compassion and foresight in averting a potential conflict between David and Nabal's household. When Abigail encountered David and his men, she approached him with humility and respect. Falling at his feet, she took full responsibility for her husband's actions, effectively diffusing David's anger with her eloquent and persuasive words. Abigail acknowledged David's position as the future king and praised his righteousness, appealing to his sense of justice and mercy. She wisely reminded him that taking vengeance into his own hands would tarnish his reputation and future reign. Abigail's wisdom is reflected in her words in 1 Samuel 25 verses 30 to 31. "When the Lord has fulfilled for my Lord every good thing he promised concerning him and has appointed him ruler over Israel, my Lord will not have on his conscience the staggering burden of needless bloodshed or having avenged himself. And when the Lord your God has brought my lord success, remember your servant." David, deeply moved by Abigail's wisdom and the grace with which she handled the tense situation, accepted her gifts and recognized her intervention as a divine blessing. He praised God for sending Abigail to prevent him from committing a rash act of violence that would have stained his hands with bloodshed. This encounter not only spared Nabal and his household from imminent danger but also showcased Abigail's courage, intelligence, and moral clarity in a critical moment of biblical history. Abigail's encounter with David demonstrates the profound impact one person can have on another's life journey. Her quick thinking and humility not only averted disaster but also earned David's respect and admiration. This encounter not only changed David's immediate plans but also shaped his future decisions and leadership style. It serves as a powerful example of how a single person, through their courage and wisdom, can influence the course of history and inspire others to greater heights. After Nabal's sudden death, which some interpret as a divine judgment on his arrogance and mistreatment of David's men, David sent for Abigail and proposed marriage to her. This union not only honored Abigail's virtue but also elevated her status, as she became one of David's wives and played a significant role in his court. Abigail's story resonates throughout history as a powerful example of feminine strength, intelligence, and moral courage. Her actions exemplify the biblical principles of wisdom, humility, and peacemaking, showing how one person's bravery and compassion can prevent conflict and alter the course of events for the better.